Hello everybody, and welcome back to Excel 2016 Module 1, Getting Started with Excel 2016. And this is going to be Part 2. We're going to begin at the top of page Excel 8. And with that, we need to click in cell A15. So we're going to come down here, click in A15. We're going to type the word totals in the formula bar. So remember, this is the formula bar. We're going to type in the word totals. And this time we're going to use the enter button. So this is the one that looks like a check. And that's going to accept what we've typed. Then we're going to click in cell B15. Okay, and we're going to choose Auto Sum button, and that's going to be in the editing group that's on the Home tab. So let's come across. It's going to be at your far right. Here's your editing group, and here's Auto Sum. And I'm just going to quickly show you there are some other options in there as well, but this time we're just going to select the Auto Sum button. You can see now that it automatically calculates the total. And then we're going to use the enter button on the formula bar to accept. Okay, next we're going to click in cell C13. So C13, and we're going to type 6 and press enter. So with that, we can change that quantity, and we notice that the formulas that we have automatically recalculated. We're going to click in cell C18, and we're going to type in average gross pay and press enter. So C18. Next, we're going to click in cell B15 and position the pointer on the lower right corner of the cell. So that's your fill handle. Okay, so you see this little square there, and we're going to drag across to G15. We're going to save our work and check out the figures on the opposite page and move over to page Excel 10. Okay, next we're going to, in step 1, click in cell A5. So A5. And we're going to right click just right of the letter P in the formula bar. And then we're going to press the delete key. And then we're going to choose the check mark for enter to accept the change we made. And then we're going to click in cell B6. And we're going to press F2. And watch what F2 does when we press that. Okay, F2 allows you to edit the contents in the cell. We're going to press backspace and then type in 8. So press in the backspace key, and then we're going to type in 8. And then we're going to press enter to accept. So that's the enter key. If you ever need to make a change to anything, remember you have an undo button up at the top in your quick access toolbar. Okay, we're going to click in cell A9. And we're going to double click the word 1 in the formula bar. So double clicking actually selects that entire word, and we're going to type in the word Cavalier. Try that again. I hit the keyboard wrong. Type in the word. Okay, and we're going to press enter to accept. Then we're going to double click cell C12. We're going to press the delete key and type in 4, and then we're going to select the check and for enter in the formula bar. Okay, now we've been shown lots of ways that we can make changes within a worksheet and in the individual cells, and how to accept our changes. And we're now going to save our work, and we're going to double check what we have on the opposite page, including the pointers. There's a list of pointers that you can probably want to review, and the figures to show where we are. Okay, we're now working on the top of page Excel 12. In step 1, we want to select cell G5. Okay, we're going to enter a formula. So what's the first thing we have to put in? That's right, an equal sign. So we're going to use an equal sign, and we're going to select the cell E5. So you don't necessarily have to type everything. In this case, we're going to select the cell E5. So we want to calculate what regular pay plus, we'll put in a plus sign, and then we're going to select F5, our overtime. So we're going to add our regular pay and our overtime pay to get our gross pay, and then we're going to press the enter or check in the formula bar. Very good. Okay, we're going to save our work. We're going to check out the figures at the opposite page, and we're going to also come down and check naming ranges. So let's just take a look at naming ranges. There's obviously a way to shortcut some of these things in Excel, and one of the things you can do is to name a range and actually use that named range for calculations. So I'm going to name a range really quickly just to show you how that's done. So I'm just going to select all of this material right here, and I'm going to come up to the name box, and I'm just going to call this, so you have to make it all one word, so I'm just going to name it payroll and press enter. And now anywhere I'm at over in here, I can come over to the name box and choose payroll, and it automatically goes to the area I just created. So this is a way to create and name a range of cells. Okay, so we'll have more on that later. Okay, next we're going to move over to page Excel 14. This time we want to take a look at the View tab on the ribbon, and we're going to take a look at Page Layout button. So that's over in the Workbook Views. Okay, while we're here, I also want to point out that down at the bottom right, you can also look at different views. But right now we're going to be working up on the ribbon in the View tab and in the Workbook Views, and we're in the Page Layout using the Page Layout button. Okay, now do not be confused by the fact that you have a Page Layout tab. If you have instructions, if you go to the Page Layout, it's going to refer to it as the Page Layout tab. If you're going to be using Page Layout View, it's going to specify Page Layout View. Okay, click. At this point, we're going to move down, and we're going to check out the instructions in 2 and 3. Move the pointer over the header without clicking. So as we move the pointer over the header without clicking, we can see there are 3 different sections. So you have a right, center, and left. Okay, this time we're going to click in the left header text, and we're going to type in reason to go. And in the center text box, we're going to type in project leader payroll calculator. And then in the right, we're going to type in week 35. Okay, next we're going to select cell range A1 through G2. So we're going to come down and select A1 through G2. So that's A1. This is the cell range A1 through G2. Then we're going to press the delete button because we've actually got that information up in our header. We're going to then go to the View tab, and we're going to click the ruler checkbox to make sure that's selected in the show group, and make sure the grid lines are selected in the show group, and then we're going to click in the page preview button. So here's your page preview. Okay, and we're going to drag the down at the bottom to increase this page to the bottom of row 20. So you'll see that little pointer change, and we're going to drag down until we get to 20. And then we're going to click on the page layout button. And we're going to then make sure we're going to check and make sure the ruler and grid lines are showing. Okay. Okay. And let's come back over to the Save Our Work and check our figures. And then we're going to move over to the print options up at the top of page Excel 16, and we're going to click in cell A20. And we're going to type our name. Okay, and then we're going to click in the page layout tab on the ribbon. So this is the page layout tab on the ribbon. Okay, I did not, so you want to make sure you hit accept to accept that, and then we're going to click the, let me do that again so you understand. So we want to make sure we use enter to accept what we've just typed, which is our name, and then we want to go to the page layout tab. And the reason I knew that was not working correctly is because these were not active, they were grayed out, and I knew that I needed to go and press the enter. Okay, and we're going to click in the orientation button, and we're going to choose landscape, and then we're going to click in the orientation button again and go back to portrait, and then we're going to click in the grid lines view. Okay, that is already selected, and then we want to click the grid lines print check. Okay, and with that we do need to select that one. And then we're going to click the File tab and click on the Print on the left. Okay, now we can see what that looks like. Okay, we're going to compare your settings with what you see in the figure. And then you want to save your work. So let's hit the back arrow and hit Save. And this finishes up Module 1 in Excel 2016. Join us again for Module 2.